let me go live, see if you guys can see me. You can reach as I go live. Okay, Lord, please let it work. Okay, I'm live. So sorry, you guys, for the delay. My computer is just acting up today. Since before 8 o'clock, I've been working on this, and if for some reason it won't let me share the screen, so here I'm stuck again. Okay, but I can see that I'm here right now, so it only lets me my personal sharing. So I'm gonna have to just go this way. So sorry. I know I'm way late, but I apologize. I mean, yes, good evening, Bearfruit. I'm glad to see you. Andy, good to see you, man. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I've been dealing with this system this whole week. I thought I had it perfect for today, and there it comes. Buenas noches, señora Patty. Buen gusto de verla. Rosa, good to see you. And so here we are, you guys. So sorry about this. But at least I'm recording the screen, okay? So I'm recording the screen, so I have everything on the screen. You guys can only see my face. But I'm going to record the screen and I'm going to put it in YouTube with the screen. So you guys will be able to see the lesson. So later on you will see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put here, because today we're talking about the picture of Judd. All right. And this is the, move this thing out of the way a little bit so I can see you guys. Guys, what you're saying, good. Good evening, I'm Joe Biden. Okay, well, you saw that. So when you see it on YouTube, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So today we're talking about the sacred Hebrew alphabet code named Jod, from Psalm 119, verses 73 to 80. All right, and okay, at least I can see the screen and I can record it. So at least I know that I can get it up on YouTube. All right. So like I said, today we have three $88 prizes, by the way. So that's very good. So we're going to look right now at, so yeah, we're talking about the Jod, and Jod is the 10th, okay? I believe, yes, is the numerical value of 10, and it has to do with the hands, the arm and the hands. And guess what? We have 10 fingers, right? So interesting that it has a numerical value of 10 because we have 10 fingers for both hands. So it's about hands, and it's about the work of hands. It's the symbology of the pictographic for working, and for laboring, doing a task, doing a work, all of that. So in this interesting passage, you're going to find out that in Psalm 119, verses 73 through 80, David uses three words that start with the hand. Okay, you're not able to see it right now because you only see me live here with on my face only on YouTube. But it's the word for hand, for Jod. Actually, the word hand is Jad, with a J, just like that. It's really spelled like this, with a J and an Aleph and a D. And so, when you say hand, is spelled just like that with a Y that you see here, but that is Jad, and a dalet. What that means is the work of the administration, or the work of management, the labor of management, because that's what the hands do. They administer and they run things. So the work of the administration, that's the word for hands. Okay? And then the other word that he uses is, let me read it here for you, is the word yare. Yare is for fear. Yare starts with Jud, and he has a resh, and he has an eye, and he has an eye. So yare means, the fear means the work of the highest or the maximum observations, the work of the highest and maximum observation, or the work of the most careful examination, because examination is watching, right? The more of the highest examination. So you're very careful what you're doing. So that's what, when you fear somebody, you're careful that you don't do anything to do anything to insult them or to offend them or do anything. You're very careful to do everything right if you're with that attitude. So it's talking about the fear of the Lord, and the word Yada, which means you add an A after Jad, which enhances. Yeah, the Yada stands for to know something, to be aware, to become familiar. When you touch your hands and you have familiarized yourself with something and you know it that well, that you you have touched it and you examine it thoroughly, because your hands allow you to examine. So that's the whole idea of that. So that's what I'm sharing today, the word of YOD, and that's the 10th. It's the 10th word in letter that is in Hebrew alphabet, and so remember that numerical value numero 10, and it stands for the 10 for the hands, and then it's number 10 because we have 10 fingers in the hand, and it's all about work and the task and everything. So let me get quickly here. Let me see. I had a song that I was gonna plan to sing to you guys. Let me put it in here. Let me see something here. Okay, I'm all right. Just checking on everything here. I suppose you can still hear me, right? I'm glad you guys are there. All right. Let me see. Somebody else is there, Andy. Okay, perfect. All right, all you guys are there. Perfect. Let me continue. Okay, I'm gonna open up the scripture reading on my screen. You'll be able to read it when you see it in YouTube. But let me. Yeah. Should I read some or sing some to you guys? We'll see. Well, let me see if it comes out. Okay. Let me see. I was gonna sing that if my people which are called by my name, 2 Chronicles 7:14.
turn from the wicked way.
that. You're gonna be able to enjoy it in YouTube because I have the words in front of you. Even though right now you can only see my ugly face, but sorry about that. Nothing we can do for now. All right, but we got that going. Now let me put here the alphabet after we've been talking. So I told you Jud is the number 10. And right now in the modern Hebrew, because modern Hebrew comes more from Babylonian times, that's why they changed all the way that it looks. Prior to that, it was the pictographic, which are the ones that I show you. They had the picture of the aleph, the face of the ox, and all that. But here is for the hand. It has to do with work, with deed, and also with worship. All the works of your hand, and worship is always related to work. Because it's not just the lifting of hands, but the idea that you can function and do something good to represent your maker, and that's what we're focusing nowadays. Because right now, the situation right now as it is, you can tell, we're in a pandemic, and a lot of people are kind of stressed out because they do not know what their future holds. But notice that in the midst of this, I begin to do a lot of stuff because I'm getting a lot of ideas as I go along. I don't know if you saw it, but I shared one of the graphic video ads for my friend Luis Luarca today. I called him up and told him to send me a flyer or send me a business card, something that will tell me what his business was, and then I was able to put it together for him. So it came out really nice. I think he liked it, And so we had two of them going. One for Dwayne Sanders I did yesterday. He's into real estate, and now my friend. Now Luis Luarca, he's a jack of all trades. That guy knows computers, knows everything, but he does whatever needs to be done to get the job done. And now he's in the business of flooring, and it's going pretty good. So I made him a little thing for that right now. So that's gonna work with him hopefully, And so that's what we're doing here. So we're putting our hands to good work, do the work to edify our neighbor. Because as it is right now, to me it's like a situation in which the economies have shown themselves to have failed, right? So what can you do? You can start doing something yourself. Whatever's in your power to do, you can start doing it to take care of your neighbor. And that's what I'm thinking. My heart has been enlarged to be able to do this for at least the people in my group. That's why I don't want a big group. I just want a little group like this, which is fine. It's 125, something like that right now, and I can hopefully focus on some people more personally that way. After a certain point, I'm not going to be allowing more people to join, because it'll be too much. I'm not into the big congregation type of thing because I like to pay attention to people, take care of their needs, It's not the big numbers that I'm after. It's a few people that have an understanding, what the Aleph Bet is. Aleph Bet stands for Father. Remember the A and the B, Ab, that's the name of Father. So when all the nations tell you that they're going to teach you the Aleph Bet, that means they're going to give you the mindset of the Father, but hardly anybody does. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody has ever think of it that way. They just teach you the alphabet so you will know letters to understand, see the things in this world. And since you never get to know the Father that you live within in your character, then you learn to live an external life in which you think that everything that's out of you is going to take care of you. I need a car because it's going to take care of me. I need a house because it's going to take care of me. It's just all the words and alphabet is attached to your external environment. So everything outside of you becomes your daddy and your mommy. All right? But that's not the case. The case is if you internalize the character of your Father, then you realize nothing outside of you can take care of you because your soul was made to encapsulate or to be inhabited by the character of God. That's the main purpose. He wanted to be in us to show his completeness and his enthusiasm for restoring, renewing, refreshing, maintenance, making. That's all the jobs of a maker, of a creative agent. He's into making things, making sure comfort is given to your fellow man. All of that is part of the character. So that's what we were supposed to inherit. So therefore, we understand that the only way that we're going to inherit that and be into that fellowship is how? By going to the Aleph Bet for that main purpose, okay? And then once you understand that, then your Father is internalized inside of you, and then you go into this world to use words and letters so that if you learn things, it's just to have the whole knowledge of it. If you learn about cars, it's so you can manufacture cars. If you learn about computers, you can manufacture computers. You will only learn words in the wholesome sense if you're going to get engaged with it. That's how you become a father to everything in this world. When you know the word in the fullness of the definition, and you know how everything is connected So that you know how to make cars because you know exactly how everything is connected. You know how to make dishwashers. You know how to make computers. All of that. When you know everything in all its connectedness and all its definitions and meaning, then you are in this world as a father to all things. Okay, and that's the whole idea. So that's I've been talking to you about. We need to know everything in the fullness of the definitions and meaning. That's the same thing that I'm bringing here to be a father, okay, and not an orphan, because everything that is left without its definition and meanings is just left abandoned to rot. So you understand, since everything is made by a wholesome word, we learn to take in wholesome words, and that's our pleasure. That's one of the reasons why I can do all kinds of little nifty things about this computer program that I'm using. I found out all different ways that I can do things here and in the internet with all these things. So I'm using it to make my life comfortable for my neighbor, because that allows me to enjoy the heart and the attitude of the Father, you see. So that's what we're here for in the mean place. So the main reason for creation is to be a father unto all things. And in order to be a father unto all things, we need to learn wholesome words. So that therefore we're not going after things thinking that they're going to take care of us. So that's the whole mindset, to abandon that mindset and to walk in the mindset of the Father. And then when you're walking like this in this world, man, this whole world is just like it's just like a canvas where you can paint the love of God upon it. You do everything to express Him. And that's the joy that I'm having right now. I know we are indoors, and I happen to be working indoors because that's my job. It requires that I'm interpreting here in my house. So that's what I've been doing. But thankfulness. So let me bring the reading here from the Sword of the Lord. All right, let me bring it here so I can still see myself here. Okay, let me move myself out of the way here a little bit. Let's see some of the comments of you guys. All right, okay, let me put this in the back. All right, let me put this over here. All right, so let me see how we're doing here. All right, Gabriela Janet Flores, gusto de verte, mija, gusto. Me alegra que hayas entrado. Qué bien, qué bien, qué bien. Estamos dando 3 precios hoy, 3 ganancias, $88. A ver si ganas, ¿ok? All right, we have new people. That's nice. All right, Gabriela is here. Saludos, ¿cómo estás? Que Dios te bendiga también, mija. Gusto de tenerte aquí. All right, all right. Okay, it's good to see you people here. All right. So let me see here. All right. All sorts of people here. Nice. That's nice. Okay. So I saying that today I'm gonna give. I usually give $50. But today, because we are in the 8th month, which is the month of August, in the Bible, the number 8 is the number for new beginnings. Okay. To start something new. And that's to start something new. That's why I believe number 8 here. Let me show you. Let me put it on the screen. I know you don't see it, but you will see it on YouTube. The Hebrew chart. Okay. So number 8 was the wall. Okay. And yesterday was Tet, and then today in Jod. But in any case, number 8 in the Bible is for new beginnings. So because after, like for example, there were 8 people in the ark. When the whole world was wiped out in the flood, there was only 8 people in the ark, and that's why it's considered new beginning, because there were 8 people there. Okay, and there are many other reasons, but that's one of the reasons. So I was thinking, okay, and I'm starting with a lot of stuff this month, in the sense that I'm providing this service now. I'm committing myself to do this to the business owners and self-employed people, to help them, promote their business, so they'll do good in this. Even though I call it a retarded garden, you can still excel in here. You want to do good to your fellow man. And the thing is to be able to be useful, right? That's the whole idea, So you can still enjoy the character of the Father as you do everything for your brother and sister. So that's what we're working on. So let me get to let me put this on for a moment, and I'm gonna do the reading right now. So in Psalm 119 verse 73, it starts with the first word is thy hands, and the word hands has a jod, is jod, which means hands. And I told you that's for working, right? The purpose for working or doing a task or doing anything like that. And the numeric value is number 10. Okay, so it says, thy hands have made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn thy commandments. So he realized that he'd been put together, you know, by the hand of God. You know, another word for hand is for fingers, digits, digital. These are digits. Before computers were around, these are the digits. Fingers are considered digitales. Esos son los digitales. Tus digitales son los dedos. Okay. Now we have, you know, a computer we call it digital because all the things that are being done by digits. You see, we use digits, but that's the way of saying that the computers, the work of the hands of the computers is done. You know, the hands of the computers is called digits because those are the fingers. You see. So we have everything digital with zeros and one, and we understand zeros and one to be digits now. Okay, but digital's original are is another word for fingers. Okay, so you understand that even in the stuff that we're doing right now with the computer and everything that's being run in the computer by all the digits, you know, that they call it zeros and one, all the numbers, now we refer to numbers, but that's the way of saying that even the computer, you know, uses hands to work. Digital language, the digits in the computer refer to the fingers. So the whole hand is encapsulated. So here he's talking about, you know, thy hands, your digits. Let me close this thing here. Yeah, your digitals have made me and fashioned me. You know, and even right now in this day and age, when you go to Google and you go to everything to educate yourself and to get an understanding of how things are, you know, you are the digits, the fingers of knowledge that come from the digital language. You know, those are the one instructing you still. So when he's saying here, and it's not something far-fetched. You see, when he's saying thy hands have made me and fashioned me, you know, he's talking about the knowledge that God is giving him, an understanding from the Torah, are like hands that are fashioning the character of God within him. Okay, so at the time you could try to identify and say, why is he talking about hands? He already is made bodily, you know. He's talking about the character of God is being formed. His soul is being shaped into the character of the Maker. And even now, especially in the mobile computer, still the digital language is the one that is teaching most people. I have learned most everything from the computer. Okay, it says here that we're having trouble playing this video. Oh no, can you guys still see me? Because I don't see my face anymore. Can I hear a respond? Can you still see me? Okay, esenciales los dedos para todo. Okay, I can see what people saying. But my screen went off from the video part. Can you guys still see my face? Because it's saying, sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. Can anybody still see my face? Just wanna make sure, because I'm gonna start asking questions. But if you cannot see me, it's gonna be kind of hard. Rosa, you can see me. Perfect. Who else can see me? Somebody else answer besides Rosa. Can everybody else see me? Si me pueden ver, digan que sí, por favor, porque en la pantalla se me puso aquí negro, dice que no me pueden tocar el video. Pero si me pueden ver, I will continue. Okay, tengo que hacer la primera pregunta. I'm getting ready to do the first question. All right, for the first $88 here, we'll see. All right. Okay. So Rosa said that she can see me. Is anybody? Let me see here. Some people. Let me go down there. Yes, Andy. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. I'm not seeing myself at all here. Right. So I'm hoping that you guys are seeing me. But in any case, I'm going to look at the camera, straight at the camera right now. All right. So for my first question, all right, for $88, the first question tonight. Let me get my pencil to write it here. All right. All right. Now, I am teaching you guys right now what is called the alphabet or the alphabet. Le estoy enseñando el alfabeto. The alphabet starts with the A and the B, okay? And in Hebrew you said aleph bet, okay? Now, that's how we refer to in all languages, where they're going to teach you the alphabet so you'll learn you know how to read and learn everything that you're going to learn in the rest of your life. They say, everybody says, we're going to teach you the alphabet, okay? But let's see, the first person to answer, let me get it ready here. What does that, when you put the aleph bet together, what does that mean in Hebrew? Aleph bet together, what's the meaning of that? First $88, let's see who answers. La A y la B puestas juntos, ¿qué significa? Rosa. Perfect, Rosa. You got father. Rosa got it. Father is the meaning. So Aleph Bet is father. Okay? And that's perfect, Rosa. Rosa got the first $88 for tonight. So a round of applause for Rosa. Woo! All right, Rosa. Congratulations. You got $88. All right. Now, it's interesting that the word ab, like that, that's father, right? And you know what the word mother is? The word mother is the word aleph and the word and the letter. Let me put it. I know you not see it, but I'm just gonna put it on the screen so when I'm explaining it in in YouTube, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Let me put the chart in here. So in Hebrew, aleph, the first letter, and Beth, which is the second letter, means father. That means the strong house. That's the meaning of it. The strong house or the fortifying house, because that's what a father needs to do. Needs to provide a strong house that supplies for the whole generation. And now the mother, the word for mother, is the first word aleph and the letter mem, the M. So the aleph and the M means mom. Okay, it means mother in Hebrew. So am means mother and ab means father. You understand? But think about it. That's the first thing that the kids, everybody knows how to say before we even teach them. All the children that are born, as far as I'm concerned, they're all coming into this world, calling, saying the first thing that naturally comes out of them. The first thing that every baby that is just firstborn, when starts making sound, the first thing that a soul says, if you think about it, is father. Before we even say, di papi, di mami, before we even say that, say papi, say mommy, they say it in Hebrew because they're coming from the throne of heaven. And what does that mean? Because ab. See? The first sound that the child makes, ab. Or they say, So they say father and mother without we teaching them, because that's the simplicity of the Hebrew. That is the natural first language, and that's the first thing that naturally comes out of the soul to say those things. Well, the first time that the baby begins to say something, he goes, it's the father that they're saying. That's why, from the lips of infants, thou hast perfected praise. From the lips of the innocent ones that are making sound, they come saying the whole motive for which we are born, to live in the Father. So from the moment you're born, you come into this world saying, Father, Father, Abba. Or, recognizing the completeness in it. Or say, Abba. You say mother and mother, the completeness of the character of God. You reveal it, like Abraham has the two. Abraham is Ab, as for the father, and he has Am, as the father and the mother. And the pronunciation of the name Abraham is of the father and the mother. That's why he's considered the father of many nations. In the name of Abraham, the father and the mother can be found in the pronunciation. You see, and he put a hey in the middle, that's the spirit. That's why he was going to be the father of many nations when he put the hey in the middle of that. So, you understand? So, when you and I were born, we were saying that. Abba, mom. That's father and mother in Hebrew. Think about it. So when the Bible talks about, in the lips of infant babes, from the lips of babes you have perfected praise. It's talking about from the very moment you're born, you're coming with the Aleph Beth. You're coming and announcing, the Father and mentioning His name. And hopefully when you grow into this world, you will become more acquainted with His mindset, so you never lose sight of Him. Okay? And so that's the work of our hands that God was going to work, to be able to do that. So you understand? So Am, which the meaning of mother, by the way, the meaning of mother, we'll get to that later, but I'm going to give it to you right now. Father means a strong house, right? And what does the mother means? Strong solutions. That's the meaning of mother, strong solutions, because she is the one that thinks to solve the problems in the home. Okay, the father provides the strong house, but the mother is the administrator within that house. She provides the strong solutions. Okay, like in the last chapter of 31st, the last chapter of Proverbs, where it talks about the wise and prudent woman. She's the one that runs everything. She buys a field. She buys everything that's needed for the servants. She runs everything. She's the one that provides the solutions within the house. So the father provides the strong house, and the mother provides the strong solutions. That's how that thing works together like that. So keep that in mind. So, but isn't that wonderful when you meditate about that? You know, that's something that I understood the other day a while ago. That's so fascinating. You know, and so the whole idea is to come into this world. So when you start kindergarten and start the alphabet, you enter into the character of your maker. So you never lose sight of him. But that's what happens. Right? You enter into just learning the sounds so you can identify with things in this world, to be a consumer in this world, and then going after all these things to take care of you. And you lose sight of the Father being in you and being completely formed in you, like it says in there, okay? So that's an interesting thing. You know, I'm getting ready to do another question for $88 right now, but let me read another bit of the psalm for today. Let me get it here. All right. So so thy hands have made me, you know, your digitals have fashioned me and given me understanding. You know, you get understanding out through the digital computers, right? They're all giving you the understanding. So hands, the digits, what represents hands, is still working nowadays, even in our modern age. It's just that we know it by another name, but still represents fingers, it represents hands. That I may learn thy commandments, okay? Psalm 119, verse 74. They that fear thee, that's the word Yareh, okay, which means the work of the highest observation, or the maximum observation, or the maximum careful examination. They that fear thee will be glad when they see me, because I have hoped in thy word. You know, those that are doing it, those that are into the same thing that I am, into the learning the things that I'm learning, you know, they will be glad when they see me, because I have hoped in thy word. In other words, I rely for everything that I need, because I know that I was made for the character of the Father, and the only place that I can get that is in the Torah. I am happy to be there 24/7. All right? And those that understand where I'm coming from, they understand my drift, they, they are glad, because they know, I am in the center of the will of my understanding of what I'm supposed to be. Okay? I know, O Lord, verse 75. I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness hast afflicted me. Verse 76. Let, I pray thee, thy merciful kindness be for my comfort, according to thy word unto thy servant. Then it says, let thy tender mercies come unto me, that I may live, for thy law is my delight. Let the proud be ashamed, for they dealt perversely with me without a cause. But I will meditate in thy precepts. All right. And then verse 79, let those that fear thee, again the word fear, Yareh, turn unto me, and those that have known thy testimony. He wants to keep company with those that are into the same thing he's into. And let my heart be sound in thy statutes, that I be not ashamed. Okay, so that's the whole reading for today. But basically, he's asking about the digitals, the fingers of God have formed him. And I was talking about fashioning the character of God. Because if the mindset of God is not forming you, it's this like there's an empty shell here. You have a body, all right. You have a soul, but it's empty of the meaning of the Father. So it's just like, then your soul, because it's not placed in order, no work has been done to put the mindset in there. You're just like a burial ground, like a grave, where something is buried because it cannot produce the character of God. So that's the whole idea of the Torah, to bring you into that, okay? And so that's what we're here to understand today, all right? So let me get ready to ask the next $88 question. And let me see, I can see you guys here. All right, so I have Rosa Crispin in there. Perfect. Let me see who else is in here. All right. Okay, let me see. All right. Barefoot lending, borrowing money. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay, now, based upon what I've said so far. Okay, let me ask this question. Okay, so, segunda pregunta para el precio de $88. The second question for the price of $88. Okay. Uh, what are the first words that infants learn to say the moment they start speaking? ¿Cuáles son las primeras palabras que los bebés empiezan a hablar en hebreo en el momento que empiezan a hacer voz? ¿Cuáles son las primeras palabras que ellos dicen? What are the first words that a baby says when he starts uttering words? Let's see who can come up with that. The first words. All right. Las primeras palabras que dicen los bebés. I'm here. No. Abba. All right. Abba. 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 Jimmy Toledo. Jimmy Toledo. Okay. All right. We got Jimmy Toledo. Okay. Ma. And ma too. Okay. Because it's ma, you can say ma, 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 and then it goes right? So it's the same thing. Okay. So si Padre Fisher. See, but Toledo said it first. And so abba, 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 yeah. And also So I'll tell you what. Bear fruit you got on the second price. I'm going to give you $40 set aside for you, okay? Because you got half of it. And Toledo got abba, which is really what I'm teaching today anyhow. So Toledo was going to get 88 bucks. Toledo for answering first. So congratulations for Toledo. And Bear Fruit said the second half of it, ama, which also when you repeat ma, 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 it goes it goes So it's close enough. So that's exactly. In Hebrew, that's the first words that we naturally come to say without being taught because we're being sent by the Father from up above. So that's the first motor skill that our sound comes because we're being taught by the Father. So that's the first thing. Ah, ba, ma, ma, ba, ba. That's all to do with the sounds of the Father and the sounds of the Mother. Okay, so that's the first thing that we learn. That's perfecto mundo. So congratulations, Bear. You get $40. And by the way, all you guys get paid on Friday, okay? El viernes se les paga. And $88 for Toledo. Jimmy Toledo got $80. So we got, let me write it down here so I won't forget. All right. Now, all right. Let me do, let me see how we're doing back here. Okay. By the way, can you guys still see my face? Because I'm not seeing my face at all. So I'm trusting that you guys are, because otherwise you're going to be completely in the darkness. I can see my screen and I'm recording my screen. So you're going to be able to see all of that. But my face is not seen at all. In any event, in any case, let me think of the last question right now. So for the last $88 for today, guess we're 9:06 already. Okay, so I don't want to take you too late into this. Okay. Okay, let me think for a second here. Give you a good one here. All right. Okay. Now, when I started speaking today about the word YOD, which I told you stands for hands, okay? That's the hands out of the word YOD. That's for today, the letter of, and this is the meaning. Hands are for the working, for the work of doing a task, doing a performance, doing a job, doing an operation. All of that represents the word YOD, okay? Now, what is the numerical value? Okay? What is the numerical value of YOD? And please, let somebody that don't have an answer that one, okay? El valor numérico de YOD. ¿Cuál es el valor numérico? If somebody remember, what's the numeric value of YOD? Okay. That's the letter for today. 10. Rosa, you cannot get it because Andy. Okay, I'll give it to Andy. Andy was the second one. So Andy, you're gonna get it because your Rosa already got a prize. So Rosa was first, got $88, and now Andy will be the one to get it because you were the second one here. But yeah, Rosa was not qualified. Richie won a prize. So Andy, you got it. 10, exactly 10. And we happen to have 10 fingers, 10 digits. All right. So that's actually the numeric value for the word Yod. So you see how practical is the Hebrew? It's very practical because it's all formed. We are the inhabitants, that dwelt the temple of God. So he made everything so easy, When we go to other languages is when it gets more complicated, But I'm trying to make you understand. Jimmy, you got it. You had 10 also. Okay. It's Strong Solutions Administration in the house. Okay. Amen. Patty Fish también son los 10 dígitos, correcto, sí. Yeah, but yeah, Andy, so congratulations, for participating. And I'm sorry, you guys, that again, let me write it down so I won't forget the order here. So on Friday, Rosa is going to get $88. Jimmy is going to get $88. And Andy is going to get $88. And Barefoot is going to get $40 for doing half of it for mom. All right, so that's the price they're giving out today. And I tell you what, something, they gave me an overtime now that is fixed. I don't have to be requesting it every week. That will send me for hours, and I will have to ask for it. But they all of a sudden they say they have too much work, and they offer me just exactly 3 hours every day. That's the maximum you can have, and I wasn't getting that. I was getting just maybe 2 or 1 hour here and there. But now I can get all the maximum of overtime every day, and on top of that, 6 hours on the weekend. So hey, so God is blessing. So that's wonderful. That's why I can afford to give $88 now, because things are getting better. So we'll see, we'll see what's gonna happen next week. But I might go back to 50. Depends on how things are. But 88 for now seems to be working okay. But at least for today, we thank Hashem and Adonai and Elohenu that is possible, and He's blessing this thing, And I hope, you guys, all of you guys are an encouragement to me. I really love each and every one of you. I want the best for you. Rosa Christmas, I need 100. You're almost there, huh? All right. Okay, I'll tell you what, Rosa, because you need 100 and you were the first one to answer, I'm going to give you a whole 100, okay? So you're going to get 100. Rosa will get 100. All right. And then everybody else going to get 88 because you were the first one to answer the other one anyhow. I'll be considerate of that. So I'm going to give you 100. All right. And then Jimmy 88, Andy 88, and Bear Chair is the program that I use to download Bear Fruit. You're going to get $40. So how's that? All right. All right. So that's how we're going to do it. Perfectamundo. All right. No, well, whatever. I just read it and now I said it, so it's done. Consider it done. All right. So I thought she was talking to me, but I said it, so it's going to be done. Okay. Once the word goes out, I got to do it. All right, you guys. So praise the Lord. We're having a good time, even though I was not able to share the screen. But like I tell you, I'm going to share you guys on YouTube pretty soon. So I'm going to be done with this, and I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and you're going to be able to see a whole thing with the reading and everything, and also be able to sing along as I share the words with you. So may the Lord bless each one of you. May He cause His face to shine upon you, and may He keep you, and He guard you safely, in His hands, that continue to fashion His character within you. May God bless you. All right, I'm going to cut off now.